Thank you, President. President, I thank Deputy Special Coordinator Ramiz Alakbarov for his briefing. Last week, at the general debate of the 80th UN General Assembly, the high-level meeting on the implementation of the two-state solution and other major events, the international community once again issued a powerful united call for an immediate end to the killings, saving lives and achieving peace. This is not merely the most fundamental requirement for upholding fairness and justice. More importantly, it is the bare minimum required by human morality and conscience. Given the urgency at hand, the international community must unite as one, forge consensus, and uphold objectivity and impartiality to make a greater effort toward resolving the question of Palestine. We must act with the utmost urgency to end the conflict in Gaza. After nearly 2 years of violence, siege and blockade, over 66,000 Gazans have lost their lives. More than 2 million are struggling in an unprecedented humanitarian catastrophe. At present, as Israel presses ahead with its plan to take over the Gaza city, countless innocent civilians are dying every single day. China reiterates that attacking civilians and civilian infrastructure is unacceptable, weaponizing humanitarian supplies is unacceptable, and violating international law and international humanitarian law is equally unacceptable. We urge Israel to immediately halt all military operations in Gaza, effectively fulfill its obligations as an occupying power, ensure the scaled-up, rapid and safe entry of humanitarian aid, and support the UN and other humanitarian agencies in their aid delivery. Moreover, the country with a special influence on Israel must assume its corresponding responsibilities in earnest. We must take robust action to de-escalate tensions in the West Bank. Israel continues to expand its settlement policy, condoning settler violence and squeezing the living space of the Palestinian people, thus eroding the very foundation of the two-state solution. West Bank annexation, being a dangerous attempt, will completely bury the prospect of the two-state solution, directly threatening stability across the Middle East, and must therefore be met with unequivocal resistance and stern rejection from the international community. We urge Israel to immediately stop its settlement activities, contain settler violence, cease the encroachment on West Bank territories, and stop undermining the governance foundation of the Palestinian National Authority. We must revitalize the two-state solution with a firm resolve. Implementing the two-state solution is the only viable path to resolve the Palestinian question. While Israel has enjoyed statehood for nearly 80 years, the Palestinian people still have nowhere to call home. This situation is simply unacceptable. An independent statehood is the Palestinian people's inalienable national right, not some optional charity or reward. Gaza and the West Bank are the homeland of the Palestinian people, an integral part of the Palestinian territory, and must not become a sacrifice of international politics. Any post-war governance and reconstruction arrangement must respect the will of the Palestinian people and safeguard the legitimate right of the Palestinian nation. A succession of Western countries have recently announced their recognition of the State of Palestine. The international community should maintain this positive momentum, jointly oppose any unilateral moves that sabotage the foundation of the two-state solution, strive for a practical, feasible path towards the two-state solution, and support Palestine in becoming a full member of the United Nations. Together with the international community, China stands ready to push for an immediate end to the fighting in Gaza, alleviate the humanitarian catastrophe, implement the two-state solution, and advance a comprehensive, just, and lasting solution to the question of Palestine, to make renewed contributions to achieving peace and stability in the Middle East. I thank you, President.